how do you feel as a United fan after this game?
I mean, it's nothing new. I watched last night and I remember seeing that shot of David Gill and Sir Alex Ferguson. Now, those are two people with the last success at Man United where they worked together. They got the players they wanted. They won everything together, working alongside each other. David Gill was one of the best at keeping Ronaldo longer at United than we expected before he went to Madrid. And I just thought, it's funny, and at the moment they've left, it's just been an absolute car crash. And it's got to that point now where is it really who's to blame? Because I think it's from the top to the bottom of the club, not this whole sack the manager, everything will be okay and we'll get someone else in. That's why I'm backing Mourinho, because if we sack Mourinho or let him go towards the end of his contract or whatever, then I just don't think it's going to get any better bringing in another manager, because you're still going to have the same problem. Moyes got 10 months, and okay, it wasn't that great, he had to go, but we can understand that because that was our first time ever having a manager after 26 years and think it just didn't work. The new era of football tells us if a manager doesn't work out at a club, you sack them no matter how much time they get. So we tried Van Gaal. It wasn't any better, and he got 2 seasons, even with winning an FA Cup. And I think that's how I'm looking at it at the moment, where at Man United, you can always say, Mourinho needs to go, but I'm always going to back my manager, whoever's at the club, even if it's Rafa Benitez, and I can't even stand the bloke, but I'll back the manager because he is our manager. So all these Man United fans saying sack him and all that, use your brain, think about the actual state of the club. It's not that. Look at the players. The players aren't even performing. It doesn't take someone to hold Pogba's hand to score an open goal against Valencia the other night. I'm sorry, you are not worth £89 million.
The stats didn't really play out into United's favour either. They were actually quite one-sided, and it shows really how much Liverpool have been able to develop over the years since.
36 attempts.
36 attempts.
That's like a FIFA game, that is.
36 attempts on goal. I think they had 12 in the end. I didn't write that down one.
I think it was 11 on target.
Yeah, but United only had 6, and they only had, I think, 2 or 3 on target overall throughout the game.
It was 2.
Passing possession percentages. 64 for Liverpool, 35 for United, and then passing percentages, completion rate. Liverpool 81%, United only 65 throughout the entire game.
I think the thing that summed up United's performance was, did you see Fellaini's shot that hit the paramedic?
But you know what? He was the only one who was actually giving it a go. Fellaini, I know people are going to laugh at me. He's our best player. He's actually the one who.
He's very hit and miss, though, isn't he?
It's called Davies.
That's the problem. He's hit and miss. But I mean, we should have started Pogba. I don't really, Mourinho or whatever the problems are between them.
I think Mourinho set himself up that he had to drop him.
Yeah, but I looked at it in which, if you start Pogba, then at least people can't blame him for not trying with Pogba. We wouldn't have won the game with or without Pogba. Liverpool were a much better team.
So is this a major issue then with United's defence, or were a lot of these
the whole squad apart from De Gea?
Because a lot of the goals, 2 of the goals were deflections, weren't they? One came off Bally and the other came off Ashley Young.
Yeah, I think we deserved to win.
They deserved to win. If they didn't get the win with 36 attempts, then I'd be
furious if we didn't win that game.
I mean, it was just one of those where the moment Shaqiri scored, I thought that was it, because we did not show any response. After we equalised, a bit of momentum, let's show something, but it just didn't happen.
So I think the big problem at United is you've got a businessman in Ed Woodward running the footballing side. Look at all the modern clubs now. You've got a director of football that does all the footballing side. Ed Woodward is probably one of the best people of getting brand deals from anywhere to United, but the footballing side Look at the major clubs. Liverpool's got a director of football. City have got one. Spurs have got one, I think.
But this is my problem with governing bodies like FIFA. They have business people running that, and I just think that's great. But why have we got people who have never played a professional football game and never understood the fans and do that? It's all over the place.
I think United do need the director of football, but it's who's going to be out there who's going to
Patrice Evra.
No, please no.
Not to Patrice Evra.
He'd
be too busy spanking raw chickens or something like that. He would.
He's an HR case waiting to happen. Kyle, first of all, welcome to the Let's Talk Sport show.
Thank you.
I know you told me and the rest of the team beforehand that you weren't particularly a big football fan, but I kind of want to delve into your mind really in terms of like mindset for United, because I think that kind of like goes into the same.
I was more of a casual fan. Thinking back to when I was a kid, for example, it was an established fact Manchester United pretty much win everything under Fergie. And
those days are gone, mate. Those days are gone.
Sounds like a Liverpool fan now, reminiscing from the past.
When I do watch football, or I hear, Man United have been beaten 3-1 by Liverpool, although it was a great performance, like you say.
Yeah.
And I would argue that if you're going to have 36 attempts on goal, it should actually be, if you're halfway decent, it should be statistically impossible for you to not win that match. But at the same time, when I see how United have been doing since Fergie left, it's just bizarre. We are in the upside down pretty much now.
Strange things are happening.
That just shows how good Fergie was.
Oh yeah,
look at the squad he won the title with.
How
he won it.
At the same time, couldn't you argue that maybe things were about to unravel before Fergie left?
I completely agree with that point, because it's all to do with that Robin van Persie transfer. He was not a Fergie player. If you go back 5 years, he was not a Fergie player because he was old. He was old, and he was an old striker as well. And Fergie didn't really like his old strikers.
The season before he went to Man U, though, he was Arsenal's leading man and the only man they had.
Yeah.
Alex Song and Van Persie were their best players. And it was the fact that the moment we signed him, though, that summer, whether he was a Fergie player or not, I straight away believed that will stop City. Because Van Persie just has that ego of scoring from the most ridiculous. And he's a big man.
So, for Mourinho's case, does he need to let his ego aside? Does he need to let that go?
Get rid of the players.
I think he's wanting the sack. I think he is begging for the sack because he's got a £20 million payment that the club will make if he gets sacked. He's begging to be sacked. He's baiting the board, going,
I wouldn't mind that.
Go on, give me some more money. Give me some more money. He's complaining about a centre back. You bought two.
What I don't get,
and you slated one of them.
What I don't get is that they gave Mourinho a contract at the beginning of this year.
That's funny.
And I'm thinking, well, then if you give Mourinho a contract before the summer, you back the man and get the signings.
Yeah, but I think
this is the problem I have.
If Rumours had it, I think he wanted to get rid of Pogba and Martial, and Edward was like,
Mourinho said at the start of the season there will be problems. He's been absolutely spot on about what was coming up, and he's saying to the board, "This is what happens if you don't back me." And
I think he's wanting the sack.
He probably does want to. I don't blame him, because if the board aren't backing you, why do you want to stay there for? Yeah. What's the motive to stay?
3
unless you want
years
the 20
ago
million?
today, he got sacked by Chelsea. And he was 17th in the league.
He could get sacked today, we never know.
He probably could get sacked today.
He's rumoured to go back to Inter from what I've read.
Carl, you wanted to say something?
At the same time, with what Jamie's saying, that if the board isn't backing him, and there is this idea of
you shouldn't have given him a new
you're
deal.
going to get sacked any day. How can the players then back the manager?
I don't blame some
because here's a guy, speaking on to your point, here's a guy that I think is affected by this whole situation. Because truth be told, he's a better striker than what he is, and that's Romelu Lukaku. Yesterday, he had 0 shots throughout the game against a team like Liverpool.
But I think he's gained too much weight.
Is he United's leading man moving forward from next season?
No. He needs to go.
No,
this is what I mean, though. Mourinho can't hold their hands out there. They can't do any basics. They couldn't even pass the ball.
As I think he said, I can't get this team to do what I want them to do. What I want them to do. And I was like, you have world-class players in Pogba who, if paired with the right player, because look at the World Cup, he was outstanding next to Kante. And now, all the United fans saying, you can't play well.
It's all about who's around you.
But the thing is, at Juventus, if you do think Pogba's got too big for his boots, because at Juventus he had Pirlo there, and Pirlo was probably like, "You run because you're gonna run." And Pogba was like, "Yeah," but now it's like, who's gonna tell Pogba what to do?
There's no leadership.
No Matic is gonna tell Pogba, "You need to run for me," but Pogba's gonna go, "You what?
Yeah.
I won World Cup. You shut up."
exactly.
Sort of thing. It's like,
but he's not showing his leadership though, is he? Pogba? So
no.